It's reggae, man.
Okay, so my name used to be one of the easiest things to say, but now it's so hard. So I was born Okechukwu Chima. Chigozie, that's the middle name. In so many areas, I'm known by different things. So for those of you who followed me right from when I was doing Twilight Zone, I was known as OC. Which levels now? Obori Coco Junction, you know all those things. Then I entered Crossword Blues. I started acting one role called Dunga. That guy had no correct. Was wearing some traditional things. Then I started doing the famous Flatmates. Gandhi.
You didn't know that Gandhi is coming? Obu's brother. You know how many boxes he's coming with? 8. Do you know I used to pray for your brother when he's in abroad? I pray for him. Now he's coming back home and I will not be able to receive anything.
So you pray for Gandhi?
Yes, now.
Maybe that's one of the challenges we have, you know.
Of course, you know Gandhi now. That's not the issue. The issue is that, and that famous prayer, where would they pray those days? God, please come down and help us. You know you are answering. We're calling you, but this call might enter your voicemail. And don't say your voicemail don't full, because many people, when they're hungry, they pray to you. But this is me, your boy Gandhi. I don't say my file there, your office for the bad boy session of Father. I'm your boy now. Those days were them days, yeah. So, can you imagine it? What I've been talking to just to answer what's my name? That is smart. Good question. Why? Because I know the when, the why. Every day the why changes. Every day the why changes. But before I plug in that, let me just say one thing I left out is I was also known as Twoply. The tomorrow. I still don't know how I came up with that name, Twoply. But I had to answer two something because Two Shots was Two Shots. And we were the 4 men, you know, with tribes and all that, with tribesmen and all that. So I had to be two something. I looked for too quick, too slow, too dead, too man, Twoply. Not necessarily Twoply and I toilet road. There was a lot of respect back in the days. Nobody for the whole music industry, if you're rugged, you go, nobody came to me and say, you be toilet road. Things for Apple. That's how we men be men. Well, yeah. So your question, when did I leave? Oh, I left Nigeria May 2007. I am relocated, as the famous word we say. So let me tell you something. All of them, when they move now, they call it Japa. The time when I leave Nigeria, there was no phrase like Japa. We just run. It was called run. We just take off. We take off. So that was what I did. I did that in 2007, and I came down here, and that was it basically. Why did I leave? Good question. I left because I wanted to. What's the word now? I got married, and my wife felt that it would be better for us to, you know, go to a new place, a new environment, raise kids, you know, seek. I don't want to use the word a better life because I don't want to compare, but just to have more opportunity to excel, and that was it. But it was mostly for the kids, an opportunity to raise kids that can be speaking the spray to you, and that was it. So I found myself in the. No step on this thing. I found myself in the UK.
My step in shit, I have to fly here.
Guy, your life is important to you. Value it. So yeah, that was it. I came over here because of kids, mainly because of my kids, and also an opportunity to, you know, experience something different. I love traveling now. Wow, music. So one plug in my life that in fact, sometimes I tell my kids that, you know, I was in a rap group, they'll be like, shut up. I said, you can't say shut up to me, I'm your father. I say it outside, yeah. Benji. But yeah, I should tell them that I was in a music group. So back in the days, rap was, I'll be fair and honest, and I'll call out who needs to be called out, and I'll give due honor to whom honor is due. So big props to Two Shots, because when I was into TV and all that kind of stuff. I've always kicked that Eazy-E and Snoop Dogg, you know, MTV Base, when you have that cable and mount it in your house, everybody be like, this guy don't arrive. You know, see all those cable we get back in the days. So I was a big disciple of Naughty by Nature and all, and I used to see Two Shots kicking around with my hood, and I was like, you know what, Two, when I'm ready, I'll link up with you and we'll do this. And when I finished uni, I was ready, and I linked up with Two Shots. We connected with LD and KB and Freestyle, and we just did it. So for me, music was sweet. You were not judged. Of course, you needed to have talent. You needed to have talent because then there were so many people out there. I remember one day we go studio for Gold Mine. I just there outside studio. I did hear music. It be like requiem mass. You know requiem funeral where person die. I said you can't be rapping when somebody died, but that was it. Everybody was doing it. It was 2 turntables and a microphone. You know, if one turntable and half mic, everybody just they bust, they go. And then gradually people fell out, and the true people stayed true to the game. Us, 4 Men, Tribe, Rugged, 6 Foot Plus, and then a host of other guys, Ayamba, been on tour with those guys, crazy folks, and then all other good folks, you know, people that we did lots of stuff with. So music then, honestly, in the 90s, because I'm talking about the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s, it was all about the music. It was not the money, because money not there. Money not, the only what's his face? The only innocent and cool plantation boys that they see coins those days. Apart from them, nobody else saw anything. But boy, were we dressing up like, come here, I was watching some videos that Rugged and I played it. Man, we look like coppers. We go sound forever. We're dressed, but we did it for the fun, for the love, for the zeal, bouncing on the stage, rocking. Those days, and I challenge you, those days when we jump into the crowd, they catch us. Because they know say we mean that. These days, men will not try jump now. You fall where you go fall, no hospital, you go mend you back. So it was strictly for the love. We did it because there wasn't the money, there wasn't the means, but we had the mission. We were in love with the music, and boy did the music love us. We did it like we had no other choice. And of course, back in the days, you couldn't do music solely. Hungry go kill you. They were hungry go kill you. Your hairs go begin to talk to each other. Even if you bath, you go still do the best way to craze. I'll tell you, that's how it was. But now, mate, and I know people think this is like a cliche kind of thing, but the truth about the matter is, and I don't throw this word out loosely. The foundation that we put has allowed folks to be imaginative and creative. We broke down those. I mean, back in the days, say you want rap, you were looked upon like a thug, like a criminal. You know, there wasn't really anything good about it. And then there was that mainstream hip hop, there was dance music, and all the whole things that came into that. But now we broke down all those silos. We broke down those walls. Folks can now come out and even do yagri yagri ya, and it's all good. There's nothing wrong with yagri yagri ya, don't get me wrong. As long as it gets people moving and dancing. So my point to you is, we did our part. We played a role. And music now is phenomenal. I'm so proud. I hit my playlist and I hear the likes of Burna, Davido, and all the boys, Wizkid, everybody, Fino, everybody just kicking it. It is wonderful. So, you know how it is when you look and you say, "This is my son in whom I'm well pleased." That kind of thing. So yeah, that's my take on music. It's beautiful, really beautiful. Well done, well done. Are you all right? How many minutes have you stayed? You want to sing here? Go on, sing now. Hungry to you. I mean, listen, I'll be very brutal here. This country, when you come here, and not just the UK, any other place, when you go, you have to unlearn and relearn. All those things you knew, all those things you thought you knew, you drop. And you pick up new stuff. I mean, just imagine, think about any film you've watched where someone goes into a new place, a new town with a bag and stuff. It's hard for you to actually come in there and start doing all that stuff. You need to calm down, understand the environment, put one leg in, make sure the place is soft before you move. So it was going to be difficult, not just music, to come in here and do music and acting. You needed to eat, feed your family, pay your bills. The two things that are important in this place, taxes and debt. Those things will always come. So it was not going to be easy. And in fact, I don't want to use the word, but it was not going to be possible to do music and acting as soon as you came in. No, you needed to find a steady source of income. So, and there's something called life. When life happens to you, you will forget about those things. But fair play to someone like myself, I still tried to keep up with what was going on. Maybe not the music bit, but I was always coming back to Nigeria, doing cameos in Flatmates, doing some other stuff. I did lots of stuff. You see that? Hey, let me tell you one thing that you forgot. You see that Baba Blue advert I did? That Baba Blue advert. So I said, rest in peace, Harry T. God bless you. So that Baba Blue advert, it has kept me in people's minds. People that were not even born when I did that Baba Blue advert. That's 18 years.
My lord, this man, they, sent.
Oga the law. This your cough and kata no go allow you comot this man for this case. Oh yeah, take.
18 years I did that advert. It has kept me in people's minds. People still remember. And so those kind of things make it possible for me to still connect and do one or two things. And it's great. It's like living the best of two worlds. But to summarize, it's difficult for anyone who comes in here with the life you lived and you want to do the same thing. It's different. It's like going to a new place. It's like being born again. You have to start afresh. If you're lucky, you slot into a prearranged arrangement, that's fine. But trust me, those prearranged arrangements are normally things that your parents or your uncles or people set up for you. But if you come in as a sojourner, as a Moses, you have to start afresh. So anybody that tells me that he was a hip-hop master in Nigeria, came here and continued hip-hop, let me know the number of your jazz man. Let me know the number, because I'll tell you that jazz they cook away. It's one of two things. One, the time. Don't get me wrong. You see, time in Nigeria was there. Time, full everywhere. You know, because what were we doing really? Either you finish school, so after school you enter studio, you had time to do stuff. You had time to make mistakes and learn from your mistakes. You had time to beef people, time for people to beef you. You had time to release album that didn't go anywhere apart from your family. You had time. Here, no time. Even the small time when you get, they want to take it from you. Because by the time you juggle a couple of jobs, a couple of kids, maybe from different women, a couple of people calling your name from Nigeria, asking you for money. By the time you change your number like 4 or 5 times, show me the time you need to go and enter studio and write song. No time. And then, number two, the system here is different. The way you call here, begin release music, everybody know you, you are hitting it, they know you. One guy with suit go just call in your house. Hi, what's up? Are you MC Flavor Flu? Yeah. I'm HMRC, I'm the tax man. Talk to me. let's dance and jiggy. How much did you make last year? That's when you really know if you know how to rap. Because if you cannot sell yourself. So the truth about the matter is here the system works in the sense that you cannot just make money and not declare it. I'm not saying that people don't do that back home. Of course they might do that, but here it's difficult. So time, the system, it doesn't allow for you. So, I mean, most people, and it's a known fact, most actors and actresses that you know now, some of them used to have second gigs as waiters and waitresses, you know. It's a normal thing here in the UK, and I think in most parts of the world. So, I mean, it is difficult. Hence, it's easier to make that move the other way. You go back home with the talent, with the resources, with the equipment, and you go to Nigeria, and you know that's all you're going to do. And Nigeria is it's a mecca. You go in there, you slot in, give the people what they want, boom, and you make it. Because there you've got time. You go back to Nigeria and you make it. And there are numerous examples. I mean, Don Jazzy, D'banj, Red MC. Even on the other side, you got the likes of Davido, and so much. So literally that journey, that migration, that reverse migration is what you see. It's going to be hard for you to see the migration from Nigeria to the Western world in terms of music. But the other way around, it's easier, it's more, it's flexible, there's time, there's talent, there's resources. And Nigeria is, like I said, is a fertile ground for you to go in there with your ideas. That's a very good question. Back in the days, that's one thing we didn't have. Maintenance culture, we were useless. So I've had lots of people asking me, OC, give me that your song now for the man. Where is, did you have anything? The only thing I have is a cassette, which Rugged will show. I'll give him the cassette just to see the picture of the cassette. So yes, it's true. We actually had one. But my musical video, all those things, and we shot a very good video with tribesmen. I cannot find. In fact, very soon now I'm going to start going to all the TV stations in Nigeria. Some of them I know exist because this is the 90s. I'll go to them and start begging them, please, do you have a copy? Because it will be nice, because that is part of Nigerian history. I mean, we were mentioned in, some Afro hip hop documentary that was shown on Netflix. Our names were mentioned, so that means we actually did something. So it'll be nice to document something for history. So the quick answer to that is I don't have the video. I'm looking for it. I've got the cassette, and I'm sure when I show the cassette, some people will say, some of these, I will not call them millennials or Gen Z. Some of these newly, freshly born people will be looking at it and say, what is this? It's cassette. We used to rewind it with biro like this back in the days, yeah. So we have that, and so that kind of tells you how long we've been in this, or when we started this. We will get it. I will find that video. I will talk to the internet, and the internet will do its thing. I will find that video. So yeah, for all you fans of Four Men that have been asking me every day, where's this video? Where's this video? It will come. It will definitely come. For the men. So when we say flatmates, let's just qualify this. When we say flatmates, we're talking about flatmates up until when I relocated, right? Good. Who the most difficult person to work with? Be honest, it has to be me. It has to be me. My head, you see, because flatmates. I mean, Steve was crazy, and he still is. You know, what me and Steve together, we were just on another level. And then I don't know about. I mean, then we didn't have scripts. I mean, we had scripts, we had guidelines, we had prompts. But man, we came in there and no shoot was ever the same. So the question that you asked, the answer honestly is me. Me, because every day I wanted to be better. I wanted to come up with something different. Hence, I was my own worst critic. I came to, sometimes I'll come to set, and when I finish, I will say, man, I need help. I need help. I can't continue my life like this. And then sometimes when I finish, I'll tell the guys in the office, because people in the office will ask me, dude, I saw you doing Flatmates. Is that you? I'll be denying myself. Me? How can I behave like that? I don't know. So I think I was one of the biggest walla. Fair play, Kade Peters, you know I love you too much. That guy, I'm sure that guy had attack editing Flatmates. We were mad. But because we had fun when we were doing it, that's why it was so good. Flatmates, I love that program so much.
That's £50. that is the issue.
Rugged Man TV International.
On YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe and follow now. Also, like, share, and
For
comment.
talk shows,
Skits,
lifestyle, news,
music, and more.
don't forget to turn on your notifications.
Rugged Man TV International.